Hello and welcome back to Froggy's PC World. Welcome back, man. Welcome back, my friends. Now, I know that, I swear I go through, these spells, I'm up, I'm down, I'm almost bipolar or something. It really isn't the case, guys. Look, man, we had somebody in the family pass away this last couple of days. My head's just not been there. The whole plan for this year has tried to be to rebuild and kind of maybe rebrand a little bit, start pushing the channel a little bit more towards, being a lot more professional, stuff like that. So I just want you guys to know that I'm really not trying to go out of my way to do any of the negativity stuff. I do read your guys' comments every morning. And some of them, kind of put me in a bad headspace. I know that maybe they're not meant to be that way, but sometimes it does, guys. I don't know why I let your guys' comments get to me. It's because I feel like we're a community, and so I read your comments, and then some of that stuff gets to me, man. Some of that stuff gets to me, and I know that I start some of it too. So yeah, this year we're trying to work on that. We're trying to make things better. So this is what I've decided to do. Look, guys, I'm going to be honest, that showcase that Nvidia came out was pretty freaking cool. I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you that it didn't look cool, okay? There are lots of games that I absolutely enjoy playing on the Nvidia GPU over the AMD GPUs. There's lots of them, and there's lots of games that most of the games that I'm currently playing right now, just for me, they were significantly better on the AMD GPU. So I kept the 7900 XTX, got rid of the 4080 Super to try to reinvest that into something else that would be better for the channel. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get the 5080. I'm not gonna buy the 5090, guys. $2,000 is just too much, especially right now with the current circumstances within the family. $2,000 is just a bit too much for me to do. I'm trying to do what I can for the family and stuff, and right now that's just a bit that's just out of the question. But I do have to get something. And so I've decided we're going to do a 5080. I was really looking at potentially doing a 5090, but like I said, right now I just can't afford that. I still got to get the 9070 XT, and then we're going to cover that. So basically is what the plan is. I'm going to get the 5080. I'm going to run that. I'm going to try to, I was going to try to do a whole second build, but I can't afford to do that right now either. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the 5080 until I get the 9070. We're going to throw the 9070 in there. We're going to do a few benchmarks. We're going to check out, and this is assuming that the 9070 actually launches with FSR4. Then we'll be able to do some comparison videos and stuff. I'll be able to give you my impressions, talk about how I'm feeling about it and stuff, because you guys know how I feel about DLSS. Now, it doesn't always blow my mind, but there are some instances where I do find it to be the superior experience on specific games. But I mean, we're looking at games that I'm no longer daily driving or playing all the time. These are older games now. Obviously there's been some new games that have come out since getting rid of the 4070 Super or 4080 Super, so I'll definitely be able to go back and test some of those out. We got Star Wars Outlaws, we got plenty of stuff. We got plenty of content that we can make with the 5080. So I think it'll help build a bridge back to the Nvidia guys, because it's, if I would have just, guys, if that 3080 10 gig, let me just be completely honest here. If I wouldn't have bought a stupid freaking pre-built, a proprietary pre-built from HP, that 30L, I'm like I said before, I'm not against buying pre-builds, but if I wouldn't have bought that HP, that would have given me more upgrade options. Okay, honestly, to tell you the truth, guys, I had already bought the AMD card, the 7900 XT, and I was just going to put it in that build and run that, and I had already bought that card. So I was like, I already bought this, so now I got to go build a case and everything. And I bought that on Amazon. If I would have bought it on, guys, honestly, if I would have bought that on you know, at like Best Buy. If I wouldn't have bought the card at Amazon, I probably would have just taken it back to Best Buy and bought like an Nvidia GPU. I probably would have just got like a 4080 or something, you know, like a 4080 then, you know, because at that point I would still like, you know, yeah, I like Nvidia, whatever. But then I tried AMD, and that blew my freaking little froggy brain. It did. It blew my little froggy brain. So I was like, dang, this is good. And then I get like the people showing up, you know, to tell me how bad AMD is. But I mean, I'm sitting there making content like, oh man, AMD is destroying freaking Nvidia. I get it, you know, and I want to try to correct that. If you've watched any of my PlayStation 5 Pro content, you know that I'm trying to be objective. I'm trying to be good. I'm not even talking about Xbox while making that PlayStation content. I'm just making the content for the PlayStation. I'm not bashing anything on there. I'm not trying to oversell PlayStation 5 Pro. I'm not trying to degrade Xbox in any way. So you know that I can do it. You know that this is what the channel was always designed to be like. So I'm trying to bring that back, and I need to for the sake of my sanity, guys. Because it gets so time consuming to be negative. It does. It's so annoying to be negative, and I hate that. I hate that feeling. So is what I want to do, guys, is I'm going to grab the 5080. We're going to go back. We're going to test a bunch of those games through. Obviously, The Witcher 4 is going to be an Nvidia sponsored title. You know, Froggy's not going to I mean, The Witcher 3 is my favorite game of all time. So obviously, well, I mean, I feel safe with the 5080, and this is my reasoning. I got a 3440 by 1440p monitor. That's what I'm running. Is that monitor, that ultra wide monitor. The 5080 should be more than sufficient for that. I mean, rumors or stuff is putting it at about, you know, 10-15% over the 4080 Super. So the 7900 XTX in all actuality should still be pretty competitive. Like, it should still be up in that, just right under that card, to be completely honest with you. So we're still looking pretty good on the AMD side, just with my last gen purchase. So I think we're good on that department. I do kind of want the Nvidia experience to blow me away. You know, I want it to blow my socks off. Trust and believe I do. And we're going to do everything that we can to try to get there. We're going to try to figure out the color situation. We're going to try to, you know, I'm going to leave it in there. I'm going to leave it in there for a good month or two. And like, because I've got plenty of games to test and plenty of content to make. I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to leave it in there as long as I can. Obviously, I'll pull it out for the 9070 XT, and we'll get a baseline for how that card's going to perform, and then I'll throw the 9070 XT in there for a month, and we'll do that first. We'll do the month for the 5080, we'll do the month for the 9070 XT, and then we'll keep moving forward. You know, I'll try to, maybe, because I don't want to be changing them out a whole lot, so maybe once a month I'll change to a different GPU, and then we'll talk about that, and we'll display that, and we'll run through that, and we'll run with it, because I'm spending my own money on these again. So we're going to do that. But eventually, I do want to get to the point where I can have both systems built. I want to try to do an Intel build for the Nvidia side, and then keep running the AMD, you know, as an AMD build. I need you guys to understand that, guys. I really do like AMD. I think it is absolutely incredible and 100% serves most of everybody's gaming needs. Like, you can find that solace with an AMD GPU. Yes, you are going to have to cut it slack too, though. Just like you would cut Nvidia slack when things mess up, or things don't go your way, or you run out of VRAM or something like that. You know, things that, like, obviously there's ways around. You can lower your settings or drop your resolution or something. Obviously there's ways to mitigate and get over, adapt and improvise and overcome. There are for AMD as well, okay? So going forward, we need to just try to respect each other and be fair and non-biased, because obviously AMD has really blown my mind these last 18 months. It's really made me it's made me happy. I've enjoyed the experience. I've played a lot of games on the AMD GPU, but yeah, we need to look at the future, and we need to see what Nvidia is bringing, and we need to give Nvidia the props that they deserve for the things that they do right. Like, this can't just be a channel where I'm super negative on one thing and always positive on the other thing. Like, I get that. I read your guys' feedback. I listen to my friends and family's feedback, and they're right. You guys are right. I am a biased, mansplaining, condescending asshole sometimes. I am. I get it. And you know, there's really no excuse for it. The buck stops with me. I have to start being better if I want to be better. Like, if I want the channel to be better, if I want this to be a better community for everybody, I have to be better. I have to set that tone, and I have to be a better person. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. You guys can go back and watch the live stream. It's still up. You could see that I was genuinely excited for what Nvidia was showing. You can see that genuine excitement. Like, I don't hide my feelings. I don't try to overplay things or anything like that. Like, I try to just pretend you guys aren't even there watching when I'm doing that, and just let you guys see my honest reaction. And yes, that stuff that Nvidia was showing was quite impressive. Now, the frame generation stuff, I showed you guys the other day on the Cyberpunk game. I was playing the Cyberpunk game, and I'm showing you guys that I'm using in-game frame generation. Then I turned on freaking AMD's fluid motion frames on top of that. And I mean, honestly, guys, at quality settings, you can get a good experience. And you know, another thing that I want to talk about is, like, dude, I haven't even realized this whole time I've been doing this that most people are talking about, like, DLSS being better in the performance mode, on 4K. And I didn't realize that, because when I'm sitting there playing a game on FSR in the quality, like, it looks fine. It looks great. Like, I mean, some of the stuff you notice, but like, wow, it looks so good that it's like, so I think maybe we've gotten off on the wrong foot on this stuff, because when I'm looking at something and I've got people like yelling at me in all caps, trying to tell me that like DLSS is better than what I'm seeing on my screen, I'm just like, okay, buddy, like, what do you want me to say, man? I don't have a problem with the way this is looking. So yeah, guys, it gets a little frustrating. It gets a little heated. I know, we're just a bunch of computer nerds, bro. We just want the best. We want the greatest stuff. We want the newest, shiniest, coolest tech. And yeah, guys, I don't know, man. I don't know. Ever since that PlayStation 4 Pro, man, like, upscaling has just, I've had trust issues. Okay? Like, some of them games that they just did not look very good. I mean, the PlayStation first party looked great, but my gosh, my friends, my gosh. And so I was just like, oh, this is atrocious. And so yeah, ever since then, I've just had trust issues. So yes, we're gonna get a 5080. We're gonna give it a fair shot. We're gonna play. Well, actually, we're not even gonna give it a fair shot. We're just gonna utilize it when the hell we need to utilize it. And we're gonna talk about that experience. We're gonna find out if it's worth it. Honestly, guys, from what I even from a 7900 XTX, I don't know if it would be worth it to upgrade to a 5080. I don't think that you would get a lot. Obviously, most of the gains, like I said in the one video, is a lot of this stuff is coming from software. So I just don't know if the gains are going to be as good, just due to the multi-frame generation, because you're getting the DLSS 4 and you're getting all the other stuff on your older cards. So I don't know, man. So all right, guys, hopefully this works out. I'm going to do my best to set a better example. I'm going to try to be a better content creator. I'm going to try to be a little bit more thorough and professional. Because I've been thinking about this for a while, and this is something that we need to do. This is something I want to do. So yeah, guys, let's just try to enjoy video gaming again, because at the bare minimum, gaming is what matters the freaking most. That's what I like to see. And yes, man, I just feel like we get so caught up in this whole freaking little war or battle over which one is best, and it's like, gosh, they're both damn good. You can play most anything at 1440p on any GPU these days and have an incredible experience. So yes, I'm excited for this. We're gonna have some fun, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.